Hello, welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Weiss Schwarz Dengeki Bunko 30th anniversary 8-gate deck profile. This will be kind of part 2 of 4 of the deck profiles I'll be going through for the Dengeki Bunko set. So this is the second deck profile for Dengeki Bunko. The first one I made already, which was my gate choice deck profile. So for this video, we'll be starting off by looking at the level 0s. We'll be focusing on the irregular Magic High combos, because I use it for the level 1 and level 3, and this level 0 is the Climax combo as well. So I'm running 4 copies of Summer Festival Miyuki and Tatsuya. It has a Climax combo auto effect. During the Climax phase, when received power is placed on a Climax area, if your level is 2 or higher, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1 stock, put this card in your waiting room. If you do, choose up to 1 Honor Student and irregular Miyuki and Tatsuya in your hand and put it in the stage position that this card was in. And basically it changes from a 0 to a 3 at level 2, and has a second effect, which is activate. Rest this card, choose one of your characters to get plus 1000 power. So running that at 4. Running 3 copies of Cold Calling Hero Emmy. Has a continuous during your turn. This card gets plus 1 power, and the second effect is on play. Pay 1, put a Dengeki Bunko character from the waiting room to the bottom of the clock, and then search your deck for a 1 or lower. So Ricky effect. Running 3 copies of the Salvage Brainstormer, and has an effect where when you play a Climax, you can rearrange the top 2 cards of your deck. Running 2 copies of Course 2 students, Mikihiko and Mizuki. All of your characters cannot side attack, and the second effect is act. Put 1 card from your hand in your waiting room, put this card in your waiting room, choose a Dengeki Bunko character in your waiting room, and return it to your hand. Running 2 copies of the Anniversary Miyuki Assist. All of your other strategic class Magician Tatsuyas get plus 1000 power, and continuous, all your other Dengeki Bunko characters get plus 500 power. So it assists the level 1, makes it on your turn. I think this gets 2k, so 65, 7, 8k, and with Climax 9k on the offense. So you should be able to get the reverse. Running 1 copy of Anniversary Makoto. This card can't side attack and has a Climax swap for its effect. 1 copy of Peer Sister Index, Rico effect for the first effect, and the second effect is when this card attacks, you can choose one of your other Dengeki Bunko or Magic characters to get 1000 power until the end of turn. 1 copy of What If Story Kuroneko. Play it, reveal top card of your deck. If it's a 1 or higher, put it into your hand and then discard a card. And the second effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay 1, pitch a card. If you do, search your deck for a Dengeki Bunko character. And 1 copy of Siblings Immeasurable by Standards, Tatsuya and Miyuki. Has an auto effect. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can pay a stock. If you do, move this card to an open position of your backstage. And the second effect is you can, on play, put a card from your hand in your waiting room to bond to the level 1 combo. And I'm running 1 copy of Witch of Destruction, Sasha. When this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a level 1 or higher, you may choose 1 level 0 or lower character in your opponent's center stage and put it into the waiting room. And then on death, you can discard a card. If you do, look up the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card, add to your hand, and then put the rest into your waiting room. And 4 copies of the level 1 combo. Continuous during your turn. If you have 2 or more other Dengeki Bunko characters, this card gets plus 2000 power. And when Climax combo, when this card's battle pump becomes reverse, if Clash with the Visitor is in your Climax area and you have 2 or more other Bunko characters, you can discard a card. If you do, search your deck for 2 Dengeki Bunko characters. Reveal it to your opponent and then shuffle your deck. 3 copies of Kino's Journey event. Put the top 4 cards of your deck into your waiting room. Choose up to 1 level X or lower Dengeki Bunko character in your waiting room. Return to your hand. X equals to the total number of soul trigger icons of those cards that was milled, and then put this card in your memory. Has an auto memory effect. If this card is in your memory at the beginning of your Encore step, you may pay the cost. Put 1 card from your hand into your waiting room. Put this card and 1 other Kino's Journey in your memory from face up to face down. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. 2 copies of Dressed Up Miyuki and Lina. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Dengeki character, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 2,000 power. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may discard a card. If you do, choose one level 0 or lower character in your waiting room and put it on any position of your stage. So you can call that from your waiting room, and the first effect you can power pump that if you need it to get the reverse. Running 2 copies of Temporary Partners Rin and Utai. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, if you have another Dengeki Bunko or Avatar net character, this card gets plus 2,000 power. And when this card fights a level 2, this card gets plus 6,000 power. And 2 copies of the Graduation Miyuki and Tatsuya. This card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. Assists, all level 3s in front of this get plus 2,000 power. And when your Honor Student and Irregular Miyuki and Tatsuya become reversed in battle, you can discard 2 blue cards. If you do, rest that character, and then reverse that character's battle opponent. So basically, if your level 3 gets reversed, you can discard 2 blue, it rests this, and then reverses your opponent instead. It's a good card to have in your back row if you're trying to commit these to the board. And run copy of the yellow level 2 Archangel Metatron. Auto memory. If this card is in your memory during your turn, when you use Accelerate, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 class from one of them, reveal to your opponent, put in your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 1,000 power on that turn. If you put 1 card into your hand, choose 1 card in your hand, put it in your waiting room. Has a second act effect, put this card in your memory, choose one of your opponent's characters, and return it to their hand. Then 1 copy of this backup Stray Cat Princess Elite cards. When you use cards backup, you can pay 2, put 1 Dengeki character from the stage in your waiting room. If you do, put the top card of your opponent's clock into your waiting room and choose one of your opponent's characters higher level than your opponent's level and put into their clock. And 4 copies of the level 3 Honor Student and Irregular Miyuki and Tatsuya. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, look up to X cards from the top of your deck, choose to 1 card from among them, put it in your hand, and put the rest in the waiting room. X equals the number of characters your opponent has. And then has a climax combo. At the beginning of your attack phase, if received power is in your climax area, this card is in your center stage, and you have 3 or more other characters, choose one of the following abilities, and this card gets that ability until the end of the opponent's next turn. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost, which is pay 2 stock, put 1 card from your hand in your waiting room. If you do, deal 3 damage to your opponent, and this card gets 2,000 power until the turn. Or you can do the second effect, at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gets -2 soul until the end of turn. Then running 3 copies of the early play that heals from clock to hand. The 2 in the middle of Nowhere Horizon. 1 copy of Palm Top Tiger Taiga. During this card's battle, all players cannot play backup from their hand, and when this card is placed on stage, you may pay 1. If you do, choose one of the following effects from it. Your opponent puts all cards in their stock into their waiting room, puts all the same number of cards from their top of their deck into your stock, or you can deal 1 damage to your opponent, and this card gets 2,000 power until end turn. And then the last 8 cards are the climax cards. 4 copies of Clash of the Visitor, which is for your climax card for your level 1 combo, and 4 copies of Received Power, which is for your level 0 and level 3 combo. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.